Hey, produce people, welcome back to the Produce Industry Podcast. Everyone, we are live right now, Friday, May 8th, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are bringing you the Vintage Produce Label Showdown, everyone. And I'm super excited to be here for you. I almost said like for everyone, for you all at the same time. Just glad to be here. I just put a post on LinkedIn about 10 minutes ago with the link that if you want to join, you can join in with us live right here, right now. And if you notice the thumbnail to everyone, I have my man, Ross, the produce boss, co-hosting with me today. So Ross, welcome back to the show, man.
That's right, man. I'm Ross Nelson, also known as Ross, the produce boss, and I'm co-hosting today's Vintage Label Showdown.
What do you think about that, man? Because that was like, we were like, we got to do this, right?
We've been talking about labels for years now. I mean, you've been in vintage stores, antique stores. Yeah. I've been in antique stores, and my wife's like, "What are you doing over there?" I'm like, "I'm sending Patrick all these pictures to see which one he wants." And we've done the same to help each other out and helped build each other's collection.
Yeah, we do have a collection.
We could do a whole year of every Friday of different labels, the amount we have together.
Oh, 100%. And we're starting to realize where to find them at. And there's very limited amount left as well.
Yeah.
That's what's kind of interesting about this is that you can find them, right? But people create artwork out of them too. That's what we've been seeing. So we've been seeing, right? Like I've seen them kind of like plastered on wood, or I've seen them like, turned into canvases, right? To where they'll put it up on a canvas and then put stuff around it in frames. And
heck, I was at Costco the other day. I saw fruit as pillows.
Yeah,
pillows.
They aren't vintage produce labels, but that's what people are doing with the vintage produce labels. They're kind of making them art. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, you could print it on a pillowcase and have it as a decorative pillow on your couch.
Oh, that's such a good idea. I'm not going to lie. A throw pillow of vintage labels.
Yeah, how cool would that be?
I mean, how cool would that be if you have that at your office too, right?
Yeah.
Change it out.
Put your arm on it. You're like, oh, what is this? What is this cool pillow?
I like it. What is this? Oh, it's a label. Heck, maybe you have an old label from the customer that's coming to your office or the grower. Yeah. There's so much you can do. And today, like, we're not just diving into it. Like, we're going back in time. So Ross and I are going to jump in the DeLorean, okay? And we're going to literally tell you some of our favorites that we have been collecting along the way. Now, I have over like 1,000 at this point, and Ross is almost there. But we want to talk about some of these vintage produce crate labels that kind of stuck to us, right, Ross?
Yeah. We were going through trying to figure out what kind of themes we want to go through.
Yeah.
From Halloween to other holidays to flying vehicles to animals to sports. I mean, we came up with all sorts of crazy categories of what to go through. And, we had some duplicates that you and I both had. So we're like, all right, rock, paper, scissors, who gets to use this one,
Yeah. Yeah. True. And I think that's kind of the cool part of it is that everyone, if you're out there and you're a business and you're a brand listening, brands stay for a long time, right? And these designs, right, Ross, were artwork. It was a creative design. So I think we should start talking about some of them. We're going to go head to head right now. Label by label, everyone. Jeez.
Label by
label, everyone. All right. Breaking down the time period, a little bit of the history. Does it have nostalgia in it? And you in the comments, I would love for you guys to vote. And listen, I got to say one thing too about that is that, like, I know who's watching because I can see all the data and analytics. Please, the people that are watching, go ahead and smash the like button, right? Give a vote. Thank you for telling me what your answer was in person, because you'll do that. Someone will tell me, oh, yeah, memorable. And I'm like, why didn't you just write that in the comment when you were watching? So please, everyone, engage so we can enjoy this together, right? And let's see what you have to say. And then we're going to tell you a little bit about how to identify a fake versus a real label. And then towards the end of the show, you can call in. So what do you say, Ross?
Phone a friend. Let's get it started, man.
Let's get it started in here. Let's get it. All right, let's do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Let me hold on. Technical services production kicking in.
Boom. So we're going to start strong with this Halloween brand from Bar Packing Company out of Sanger, California. This one's from like the late 1930s to the 1950s. We love the theme of the holiday, the spooky, the seasonal. And the three things that I really loved about this one is obviously the giant jack-o'-lantern. I mean, who doesn't love Halloween, carving a pumpkin, having that nice jack-o'-lantern at their house, on their porch, wherever it may be? I mean, it's basically produce-themed horror movie poster right there. So,
yeah, it's pretty cool.
The little witch in the background is kind of cool. I love the silhouette of that tucked in the corner. You know, it's a little subtle but iconic. So you've got all of that witch's brew and stuff going on here. So this was really cool. And then the seasonal branding, you know, right before a huge holiday, we all know how big Halloween is in the produce industry with all the things that go with it that we sell, you know, the 2 months of sales leading up to it, pumpkins, all of that. But who even knew that seasonal branding was a thing back in the 1930s, 1950s when this is from. So really cool to see. This was kind of one that as we were going through stood out and I had to show.
Yeah, this one, I would say this label is pure October energy, everyone, right? And I'll tell you, it's a strong start, my friend. A strong start.
And I love October because it's my wife's birthday. So we always have lots of celebrations with her birthday and Halloween in October. So it's a good month for us.
That's really cool. Well, I'm gonna go with another holiday, the one that I picked, because again, as one of the kind of the themes we did.
This was a rock, paper, scissors fight over this one.
It was because we had to figure out what we were going to talk about because we didn't want it to be like, oh, I have this one or you have this one. And they were kind of, some we picked the same ones on too. And then we were like, oh, wait, that one's fake. You can't use that one because there are fakes out there, everyone. So this one is, I just thought was cool. And it's small. Yeah. It's a smaller label. This one is not your traditional, I would say almost like a 8x11. This is more of a postcard. It's like a 5x7. The theme is holiday. Now, this is Stadelman Fruit Christmas label, Yakima, Washington. This label is 1940s to 1950s. If you remember this label and you know it, please let us know. This was a seasonal marketing campaign. Right. So this wasn't all year long. This is just during the Christmas season. Right. So very, very, I would say attention to what they're calling out. Merry Christmas, Santa Claus, apples. Right. All the snow. There's no orchards. There's nothing. It's just boom, right in your face. Holiday themed artwork. Perfect for winter apple sales, right? This is post-World War II printing style, everyone. This is the pre-cardboard era. Wooden crates, steel ruled, where you're smacking a staple against that paper to a wooden crate.
Now, I wanted to elaborate back on what you talked about was the fakes. Now, when we reference fake, we're talking more about a reprint, not on actual like old school, you know, the paper that goes on the labels. So it's not really like the original label. It's someone has the image and they put it on paper. And you're not getting the real label. You're getting a reprint on paper.
Yeah, a really cool reprint, right?
Yeah.
Which is okay. Which is okay.
That's fine.
All right.
Oh, man. Next up is JoJo brand melons from J.L. Thompson Company out of Somerton, Arizona. This is around the 1950s. And the cool thing about this is that carnival mascot fun. I mean, you're looking at this and you're just like, what is going on here? I mean, maybe some kids in a store might get scared by this from the clown mascot. I mean, it's a mid-century carnival vibes all day. And then that layered in with the JoJo lettering is bold, bright, and unforgettable. I mean, this stood out to me in a crowded melon market. You know, it would stand out. You could spot this box from anywhere in your cooler.
Oh
on the
yeah.
truck, wherever, you're gonna see that, and you're gonna be like, "Okay, I know what's in there." There's no doubt.
Those JoJo melons, baby. That was a good one.
They're not scary melons, they're just scary carnival.
I mean, like maybe they could be scary melons. I'm not sure, but the clown, like you said, it's either fun or terrifying, but it's also dependent on probably who you ask, right?
Well, and we just, my first one was also, fall related. So think about this, getting melons in the fall, saving those crates for displays, spillovers, and you have a bunch of these stacked up and, back in the produce department back then and those nice crates. I mean, imagine what that looked like. That just the image that gave for the produce department.
Yeah, I agree. And it is kind of cool, right? I mean, you've got a
I mean,
clown, you've got JoJo melons, and it's got it says the Thompson Co. right on it on the label, everyone. So very, very cool. And the detail I see in the, if you are watching, you can see on the far right corner, it is from Summerton, Arizona. So Arizona melons.
yeah, and whether you're thinking
Pretty
it's
cool.
fun or terrifying, it all depends on who you ask.
True. Very, very, very true. Now, the next one
Ooh.
now went into sports. And this was hard because we were trying to figure out like, should we do like what should we do? Right. And so this label, which is pretty cool. Okay. We've got the Champ brand, everyone. The Champ. That's right. Let's let you get a good view of the Champ brand. Now, Louisiana sweet potatoes, yams. So the Champ brand was Dupuis Produce Company in Louisiana. Now, this label was ranged between the 1940s and the 1950s. Now, I said sports, but also victory and vintage Americana, everyone. Okay. And I say vintage for us now, but it was to classify Americana. Okay. Listen, 3 points here. Champ, branding taps into athletic excellence. Am I right? What
Yeah.
else? Fits mid-century Southern produce marketing. I mean, seriously, look at that. Old school helmet, old school, I would say jerseys, everything from the 40s and Reams 50s, right? Cataloged probably between 1950 and 59, right? But with versions already being developed in the 1940s, Ross.
Amazing. I love it. I mean, the old style football helmet, the way he's holding the yam as a football and everything. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've been much more into yam, sweet potatoes lately. We actually had some sweet potato fries last night with our dinner. It's so good.
Ooh, all right, all right. He's throwing in like current. I think it's cool.
If I saw this, I think for sure I'd be picking some up at the store.
I would too. Like I said,
Like,
man, I would too.
see that, you see that spill over, you see the
I
crates
agree.
up, you got that, you're like, yeah,
I'm in.
I don't care that it's not football season. I'm picking up some.
Well, let's keep it football season. How about that, right? Let's keep it that and go for the big game, everyone.
Yeah, and this was another great one. As we were going through, had to get this one. Label number 3 for me is the big game brand Bartlett Pears, Dennis Kearney, Walnut Grove, California. This one is from like the 1930s to the 1940s. It's another sports theme, football, Americana. You got that football shape there, and then the stadium in it. Also has the leather helmet, same as the Champ before. Pre-modern football nostalgia.
I think it's cool.
If you were a big football fan, this would fit right into your game room, your man cave, whatever.
Yeah.
The stadium inside the football is a genius visual storytelling.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize what that was.
Yeah. The stadium right inside the football there. I mean, just look at that. I mean, it taps into the California's big game culture where produce meets college football, pro football, all the different things that were going on. I mean, just this one's so cool. So cool.
Yeah, I definitely.
I mean, he's got stiff arms, kind of like this is like, I mean, this is kind of like a Heisman, he's doing like a Heisman move there. So.
Yeah, he is. You can't listen, you really can't beat that. That's it.
Yeah.
It's pretty darn cool. I mean, I mean, I like it. I mean, the details, like I said, like I didn't even notice that. And where was this one from? This is
Walnut Grove,
Walnut
California.
Grove. Dennis Leary. Okay. All right. I think I knew a Dennis Leary. He'd be pretty old, but he would be.
Yeah.
All right, listen.
The football in the stadium and the helmet, that was one that was like immediately top of the list to go.
Yeah. Now we're gonna move to another one, right? And now the next two are probably gonna be, I would say, I don't know, maybe the most like shocking to some, right? Risque. You know, there was a period, Ross, where the industry went through pinup girls because remember, World War II era. And so we saw a lot of, I would say, sex appeal. And we still talk about that now, right? That in the produce department, because there is an appeal for some reason, right? That appeal, that sex appeal towards fruit and veggies, right? Regardless if a pinup girl is on it or a guy, right? I mean, regardless, just promoting fresh produce, right, Ross?
Yeah. It's all about how they were marketing it. And, you know, the next two kind of relate to the time period and everything in there. So,
yeah. So let's bring that one on. This is Flo. My joke for this one, everyone, right? Ross was, this is Flo's great grandmother. You know, they started in citrus, and then 2 generations later, Flo is now the progressive, poster child, right? So Flo has been around for a long time, not just Flo at Progressive. Okay, let's look at this because this was something that sold. And now look, Indian River Citrus Fruits, everyone. The brand Flo, Oak Hills Citrus Growers Association. This was in Florida in the 1940s. Now, if you look at the theme of this, Florida sunshine, tropical, classic citrus, right, Ross? And then, really to say just, oh my gosh, you could just see the bright Florida citrus energy and imagery. Clean mid-century design, consistently dates the 1940s, right? And it gives a mix of Florida, doesn't that, right? You've got some water, you've got some palm trees. You don't see one piece of citrus on this entire thing.
No, which I think was a little bit of a miss, but they didn't pigeonhole them into one type of citrus. So
no,
from oranges to grapefruit, which was a lot of what Florida was known for back then. I mean, I heard tons of stories of my dad and his family of trucks from Florida coming up with just citrus. They go just about boxes of it.
Oh, I remember, of course.
I remember we'd get a box of grapefruit and a box of oranges from Florida every winter.
Oh, you did?
It was good. Yeah.
The gift, but I'm thinking the gift box program should come back.
It wasn't even a gift box. It was just here's the premier Florida citrus. We had it, and you enjoyed it as quick as you could, and tried not to overdose on citrus and your vitamin C for the week. But I remember cutting those up and cutting them into segments, putting them in a bowl. You having like orange and grapefruit segments all mixed together. A little red, a little white grapefruit with that orange. Oh, those are some fond memories growing up, man. Some fond memories.
Oh, 100%. Well, let's go on to the risque produce label. Okay.
Yeah, bring it on up. Bring it on up.
And everyone, I put the link right there. So if you want to join, that's the link. And I also put it in the comments. So if you want to call in later, we're almost to the halfway point. So you kind of gauge on where you can call in at. All right, here we go.
So from Florida to now out in California, we're getting mythical here with the Wood Lake Nymph brand lemons from Sentinel Butte Ranch. This one's like the 1930s and 1940s. It's a fantasy, mythological, romantic. And, what stands out here is the nymph rising from the lake, bold and artistic for its time. The paintistry illustration with a black background. Classic 1930s citrus style. Classic. And then it's printed on a printed by Carton Label Company, confirming that it's mid-century era.
It's
I
pretty
mean,
cool.
it's basically a movie poster for lemons. You got the lemons on the side there, the mythical, huge. I mean, this is probably one of the ones that we've seen the biggest name on it. Wood Lake Nymph.
Yeah. Oh, it says it right on it.
So, I mean, out of what we've seen so far, this one definitely has the biggest brand labeling and the name on it. And, it's back there. It's dark. It's mysterious. So, I mean, from Florida with yours to California with mine, and it's citrus.
Yep. Right in our buddy Chavez's back door there, eh?
Yeah.
So maybe he had something to do with the Woodlink Nymph. Maybe he's part of that label. That one's basically, like you said, a movie poster, and it could be like, think about that. That's like a play. But I want you to think about this, everyone, is that was their goal of this, not to make those, right? But it was to touch a piece of like an emotion in you, right? So you were like, oh my gosh, like this is amazing. I like this, right? I'm going to buy these lemons, right? And it's from Wood Lake, California. So I think it's pretty cool, man. All right. Halftime check-in, everyone. I told you we were just about at the halftime show. Everyone, let's go ahead. We're going to take a quick break, hear from some of our sponsors. Remember, I put the link on YouTube. I put the link in the comments and in the live stream, I would say video as well. So if you want to call in because you got an old produce label that might be in your office that you might have laying around, we would love to see it in just a few moments. But for right now, we're going to hear from my sponsors, and we will be right back.
120 years ago, in Groningen, the Netherlands, a small produce business began, trading fresh local fruits. By the 1930s, the Vandenberg family moved to Rotterdam, Europe's burgeoning fruit hub. But when the 1940s brought turmoil, they fled to America, rebuilding their legacy in fresh produce. In 1958, Jack Vandenberg became a trailblazer, importing fresh Chilean fruit to the US, opening doors to global flavors. Today, that spirit of growth and innovation continues, with sustainable packaging, carbon footprint tracking, and the finest fruit varieties. We're redefining freshness for the future. Family, fresh, innovation, celebrating a legacy 120 years in the making. This is Jack Vandenberg.
We know it's not easy getting your apples to peak quality and keeping them there on that long journey to retail and beyond. So AgroFresh is here with the integrated solutions to help you meet those challenges. We're in the orchard, where Harvista helps control ripening to boost quality and yield and simplify your harvest time. In storage, our SmartFresh technology secures that fresh-picked quality to maintain it all the way to the consumer's home. We're in the pack house too, with advanced solutions like Control Tech for handling coatings, fungicides, and a lot more. During shipping, you can even deploy SmartFresh Smart Tabs in containers, or right in the box with SmartFresh Inbox. Through it all, our FreshCloud digital platform gives you real-time quality insights, keeping you in control, right up to retail. With AgroFresh, it all works together and goes with you all the way. Get it going now at agrofresh.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Produce Industry Podcast live here on LinkedIn, YouTube. And did you know we are also on Rumble and Facebook, everyone? So great to have you. Let's get my man, Ross, the produce boss, back in.
Nice.
We've had some good ones, man.
Talking about one of our favorite topics that we talk about all the time, labels.
Labels, yeah.
Label.
True that.
So we've dropped the first 7.
Which has been great.
Make sure in the comments which one's winning so far. Out of what we've shown, what do you like? What is winning so far? Because we've got another.
Oh, man. We even have someone that just called in.
We got our first caller.
Which is, and this is actually this is a fan favorite of mine who actually called in. I think we should, if she gets her video, you know what? She might not want her video on. If she doesn't want her video on, it's okay, but we definitely got to take this caller for sure before we move on, okay? Because we don't know how long we have. She might need to jump.
We got 8 more we have 8 through 13. So let's do our caller and then we'll get to label number 8.
Let's bring her on. Let's see if we can.
First time caller, long time listener.
Did you say first time caller, long time? Yeah, you did. First time caller, long time listener. Now, let's see. Can we hear her is the question.
I'm scared. I don't really know what I just jumped into.
Listen, Ray is one of the best out there, everyone. If you don't know Alexandra, Ray and her content, her love for produce, you're amazing, Ray. We are having a vintage label produce showdown right now on LinkedIn between Ross and I that have been collecting labels. And we have callers calling in to say if they have one of those labels. And if they do they want to show it or not?
Oh, well, I did see the vintage label, and that's why I was like, oh, I want to see them because I'm a huge fan too. I have actually been collecting fruit stickers currently, but my collection is not as put together as it looks like you guys have there. But
we definitely have a few put together in binders and books and things like that. And then what I want you to do is if you have one, just drop it in the chat on LinkedIn. Let us know which one it is. We'll find it and we'll post a picture of it, or just post that picture on LinkedIn and let us all see it. Okay.
Of my stickers or
stickers of your collection. Give us a couple of them in there and we'll pop it up on screen when we get it on there.
Oh, if you insist, Patrick. I do have a call in 2 minutes, but yeah, thanks for having me. I'm going to
thanks for jumping on. We appreciate you, and we're going to jump back to the label.
Yes,
so
please
we'll see you later, Ray.
Yes, have a good day. Bye.
I love it. I love it that we can have call in. So look, let's get to it though, because she wants to see a couple more before we go, Ross. So
you're up.
Number 8 of everyone. This was one of my favorites. Now it's not going to be, it's got to be your winner, right? The Airship brand. Fillmore Piru Citrus Association. I said Piru because that's what the company's called now. 1900 and 1940s. The theme, aviation, early technology, and adventure, right? How cool is this? And it's sun-kissed, right? But come on, you're walking through the store, you see a crate label with this on it. Oh, I mean, come on. There's nothing better than that. The imagery is amazing of the airship. Just early fascination with flight too, right? One of the earliest labels in the lineup that we have right now that dates back to the 1900, like 1900, okay? And that's, for everyone, just a little bit of history of our industry, right? And this spans 4 decades of wooden crate history, Ross.
It's just cool. The silver airplane, the trajectory, just everything. It's cool.
Everything about it.
You got the wrapped sun-kissed orange over there. Like you'd probably see this around holidays where you're grabbing some oranges as a gift.
So, and back then they were all wrapped, right? So, and you would get those in your stocking as well.
I've heard about that. Now, if we tried to do that to our kids nowadays, we'd get them chucked at us.
Yeah.
They used to cherish them. So it's just crazy how times and the world has evolved.
I'm getting my kid a bag of mandarins for Christmas. Let's see. All right, look, this one I will tell you is awesome.
Wolf.
Look at that.
Look at that. Wolf brand apples. Man, this one was a fun one to look at and put in here. Wolf brand apples, H.S. Wolfie, Wenatchee, Washington. This is from around the 1940s. It's got bold graphics. It's got the mascot of the wolf on there, the wolf kind of wolf dog, and talks about strength. I mean, that snarling wolf head is aggressive, unforgettable. I mean, you look at those eyes right there. I mean, they're just like piercing eyes. The teeth are showing. It's like, man, you better grab some of this or you're going to get chomped. You're going to get chomped.
I love the colors, man. I mean, it's a beautiful label.
Yeah, the neon style highlights, very 1940s Washington apple art. Perfect mascot branding in a competitive Apple market. So
Oh my God. I just got the transition from the pink to the purple. And then it kind of like where the O is, everyone, please, you got to take this, look at this. There's the purple kind of stays behind it and comes down darker into, look at it. Just nice visual, dark colors. I love it.
You feel that?
Good job on that one too.
You smell the antique. I mean, I don't know that I smell wolf on it, but I mean, it smells fierce.
Listen, I'm thinking you're okay with that because like I always say like my purgatory would be like wet dog smell. Like Cujo, all wet all the time. And I don't want that. And that looks like a little bit of Cujo, bro, right there. So
yeah, you don't want to get bit by that.
I don't want to even mess with this guy, but I will mess with the apples.
That wolf means business.
Oh my gosh. I think I love it. I love it. Now, next up is one of your fan faves.
Yeah. Rip Van Winkle. This one just I mean, you look at it and look at all of the storytelling that's going on here. I mean, it's a storybook classic. Rip Van Winkle brand apples, 1920s, 1930s. The folklore, the Americana in this. I mean, Rip Van Winkle is lounging with kids climbing over a giant, those guys are trying to push that giant apple for long life eat, which, you talk about an apple a day. This is, I mean, the health marketing through folklore is amazing. And then the storybook is illustration style typical of like the 1920s, 30s gift box labels, just everything around with the mountains. There's just so much going on. The colors, like the border, everything else. It's so amazing. Like, let me find it here.
Let me find it. We actually have the labels, everyone. That's the cool thing about it is like we don't just, these labels are pictures of labels, right, Ross? That we have. Hold on, let me get you. Hold on. Hold up. Check it out.
Yeah.
Up. There you go. Look at that.
And then you listen to that paper.
Give it a sniff test. I just want everyone to know that this is what we look like in antique shops.
Although usually, I mean,
like,
usually,
what are you doing? No, Ross, okay. You're different than me. I pull them out.
Sleeves.
No, I pull them out at the place and I sniff them. I have had antique people come up to me like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm trying to see if this is a reprint or if it's fake. And the lady was like, I didn't know that was true. And I was like, because I'm not paying you $12 for a reprint when you've got the regular labels over there for 40 cents, right? Because they just think, oh, well, there's nothing wrong with those, right? Or they're just old. No one wants to buy them. No.
Yeah.
No. I mean, this one.
You got to smell the antique on them to know that they're legit.
Come on. You have to, right? I mean, I'll tell you though, this one feels like a bedtime story and
I'm gonna hold it up again. It's that cool. Just the storytelling, the folklore, everything. I mean,
yeah, I like it. I like it. And some of these I keep in I do keep in the sleeves like you do. I don't keep all of them in the sleeves. And I have a bunch of a lot of the same one too.
As you're probably seeing a little bit over my shoulders. Some of the first ones I ever did, I put in frames. And
let's see if
when I was in an office, those hung on the wall behind me in the office. So that's kind of what all started it.
It was actually what all started it was Ross was like, oh, I'm going here. I'm like, you know what? You should go to an antique shop and look for vintage produce labels for me. And he was like,
I was with my wife. We were up in Connecticut visiting my father-in-law, and they're known for antiques there.
And you said you were going to go antiquing. I remember you were like, "Hey, we're going to stop at these places." And I was
my wife likes to go antiquing. I tagged along.
You do now
until I found the produce label section. And then I'm like, "Let's go to more stores. I got to find more." It's I'm on a treasure hunt here. So.
Yes, and it's funny because like my wife's always like, "You work everywhere you go," and I'm like, well, I just love what I do. So it's like I find stuff, right? And I love going to the produce terminals because I get to buy, snacks, right? And things like that. So
heck, I'll show you this, but look, I mean, I got a book, a fruit label book.
Oh, I put that down. That's late. That's later. We're going to get on to number 11, everyone. Okay. Yeah. Which is, again, Number 11 is not Ross. This is produce label number 11.
Maybe one day I will be a label. What angle should I go with?
None. This one is actually my favorite label in all of it, next to, I would say, the one I have on my wall. Now, the reason, well, let me explain this one to you, because this one's pretty cool, and it's not a brand label. If you notice that, this is a company label. So time period is 1930s to 1940s, everyone. The Penn Rin Fruit Company, Placer County, California. Now, the theme is kind of an orchard variety. If you look at it, right? You've got pears, you've got cherries, you've got an apple, you've got an orange, you got looks like a plum in the background. If you're watching on screen, strawberries, grapes. It's really representing produce of the USA, right? Orchard variety, California prime agriculture. Now, some of the things that I see, this represents the diverse fruit output of the region as well. So when you look at all of these items that are on the label, they're in that region. Now, the lithography matches 1930s to 40s California fruit era, okay? And it's known for both the 1930s and 1940s printing. Now, why do I love this one the most? Okay? It is, Ross, because of, I have it down here, and I do keep this one in its package. And I will tell you, I'll show you the price I paid for it. This one was $4. What is it? $4 and
$4.99.
You know what? 99 cents. But I took this out, and it has a gold film on it, like a gold foil on it. The paper on the back is, again, the time period. It's brown paper on the back. You can tell it smells very old and authentic. And what's crazy is, and it even says this one actually has a guarantee on it. It says, we guarantee that this is an authentic, original produce label, typical of those used to identify countless brands, fruits, and vegetables packed in the West and shipped throughout the world during the first half of the 20th century. So again, when you're looking for labels, there's things to look for. And this is just, like I said, really cool. One of my all-time favorites because of the way it is made. And I mean, look, as I get closer, look at the detail. You would think this was printed today. It's not. This was printed, this legitimate label that is right here was printed in batches in the 30s and 40s. It's pretty cool.
Pretty neat.
I think so. Oh, we got a call in. And but before
we got one more label to go.
We got one more label, and then we're gonna accept this call in, right? We have one more. No, we'd have two more. We have two more labels.
Two more.
So what's the next one, Ross?
The next one, Sky Wonder brand. And this is Sky Wonder brand, Diorigo Brothers, San Jose, California, 1940s to 1950s. Scenic, California pride, nature. And obviously with Diorigo still in business today, you know, deal with them, great vendor, do a lot of things. This one just kind of played to a long-standing produce company. Finding, you know, an old school label of theirs was really neat. The snow-capped mountains reflected in a lake, postcard perfect. The cream to yellow script over a maroon sky just shows the gorgeous color palette. And then this sells the purity of California as the brand identity, you know. So knowing Diorigo and kind of how they, you know, you still see their products in stores today on shelves. You know, they've got that Andy Boy Romaine heart that's known. You know, you can pick it out on the shelf with the pink and all of that. So see kind of one of their labels from back in the 40s, 50s was kind of cool to find this.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. Just the Sky Wonder, California vegetables. And if you look, everyone, again, different size labels. So this would go on different cartons, different themes, right? So it's kind of cool. I mean,
Very cool.
I like it. And then now the last
Company's
one.
still in business. Company's still in business. That's what's cool. Is like you so many of these you don't find companies that are still in business.
Well, that's what we're gonna do. So the last one is one of my favorite Packers now, right? Like that is nostalgia. It's old, right? And there's a couple things I'll talk about with it. So this is a company, Blue Banner Citrus. Okay, now if you notice, it's Sunkist. A lot of history with Sunkist, everyone with this brand. Now let's talk about Blue Banner brand, right? Blue Banner brand, Crenard Packing Co., Riverside, California, 1930s to the 40s, classic citrus Americana. Okay, now this right here is a strong banner style branding. And if anybody knows to this day, Blue Banner still holds these colors. Okay. Blue Banner. I started buying from Blue Banner in 2008 or 2009. Okay. And so for me, almost 20 years ago, right? 17 years ago, I was buying from these guys, 18 years ago. And they were in business way before that. I'll tell you, clean, patriotic, the color palette, it just represents I would say, pure Americana. Now, again, this one was set to document in the 30s and the 40s, Ross. So one of the core things, I know Blue Banner is coming up on 100 years old. So this is one of those ones that I could identify to this day and connect with. The Mazzetti family, the growers and owners of Blue Banner, right? So just all around, that was just an amazing one that I found. And everyone, I'm going to show you, because I do have that one here. And that one is, right, I want to show you the back, right? Because that's the back of it. I found this one. And the same, just smells like an old printing press, right? Like
Test.
And listen, the paper is just so different. This paper can rip like in a second. Like it is so delicate, everyone.
Handled with care. The last thing we want is rip one of our old school labels.
Yeah. So that's all 13, right? So
Baker's dozen. Did a Baker's dozen for you.
Yeah. Now it's your turn. Again, Ray's going to drop her sticker collection, so we're going to see some of those. But drop your votes in the comments. Which label takes home the crown in today's vintage label showdown? Okay. Was it the Wolf? Was it Rip Van Winkle? Was it Airship? Was it JoJo? The Halloween? Blue Banner? Which one was your favorite?
Let us know.
What do you think, Ross? Should we go ahead and get our last? We'll get another caller. Let's open this up.
Let's open it to the caller. Let's get his take on.
We planned on an hour, and we're at 43 minutes. So, Ross, while I'm getting the caller on, you get on LinkedIn right now and start commenting or tagging anybody you want to have call in. And I will go ahead and get our next guest on the line, which, this is great. We got right here. Here he comes. Hold on. Oh, man. Now I got someone calling me on my phone. No. Call into the show, not my cell phone, everyone. Okay?
I'm not that hooked up.
Hey, it's Brucey. Look at this. Now let's see if we can hear him or he can hear us.
I can hear you. How am I doing on that end?
Oh, my gosh.
Look at all those water droplets above you.
Let's get him on the big screen.
That's my hat collection up there. I have 2 or 3. They're all piled up, but I have several.
Salute to the Water for All hat collection, my friend.
Yes, sir.
So what do you got for us on something vintage with produce?
Well, I did write in about the Tiger Cub. I don't know if you're familiar with that one, but
here, look. The Detroit Tigers have a painting of the Tiger Cub label citrus on the wall at Publix Field in Lakeland, Florida. Have either of us heard about that? Ross, you were in Lakeland for a while. Do you know about that?
I never got to go to Publix Field, so I guess you'd have to go to that arena, that sports spot, to be able to see it and experience it.
Well, tell us about it, Bruce, if you've seen it.
Well, I mean, it's just kind of neat that we see it all the time. We walk past it. It's one of those things where we're season ticket holders at the Flying Tigers, and so we go in there just about 70 times every year, unless we make the playoffs. And it's been something that's always caught my eye. I never really knew whose label it was, or where it came from, but that was always neat to see it up there and be able to think back to the citrus and how many groves we had here in Florida for a long time.
Oh yeah. You're 100% right. I was trying to find on Google, is there a fresh produce label in the Flying Tigers Stadium? Where is it at? Do you know where exactly it's at?
It's on the wall across from the advanced ticket window.
I like
on
it.
the back side of the ticket box.
Well, next time you're there, you got to take a picture and post it.
Listen, there are no pictures of this at all on the internet, meaning that nobody's taking a picture of it. So it is your duty as a season ticket holder to go ahead and do that.
Yes, sir. And I'm surprised that it's not on there because, like I say, it's one of those things where we see it all the time.
I'm trying to find it. Listen, everyone, if we find it, we're going to post it in the comments so you can see it. Bruce, Continental Fresh, one of my favorites. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Enjoy it. Y'all are having a great show here. It's pretty neat seeing all these old things.
Which one is your favorite that you've seen?
Great question.
See, and that's very complicated because I do like the airplane.
Oh, here, hey, Bruce, it's not complicated here. We'll listen. We'll run through them again.
That one right there, the sky one with the mountains in the background. That's a beautiful picture and really catches your eye. But I like the airplane because it shows kind of like the action and stuff. So I can see how the airplane would be a big thing, especially back in the day, when we had a lot of stuff going on and airplanes were first getting going. So
this one was, that one's a cool one. That one's a cool one. I like Bruce that you give a good political answer. I don't know, but I like a lot of them. So put a comment. If you're watching, let us know what your fan favorite is. And again, I have over 1,000 different ones, and Ross has a book on this. So there's a lot more to come. So Bruce, thanks for calling in, buddy.
Well, it sounds like I'm going to have to get y'all a Tiger Cub one.
I need it.
Yeah.
Send it in.
Hey, y'all take care. Have a good weekend, everybody.
You too.
Thanks, Bruce.
Yeah. Half the screen over here. I got to get us back up. Whoa. Don't like that view either. Put me back on this side. Here we go. I tried to find it. So I need that now. I need to know which one it is.
We're going to rely on him to go unless you go before him to a game there.
Listen, we still have people live watching. So if you're live watching, click the link, call in. If you want,
else.
I'm not going to wait. We do? No, that's still Bruce. Hold on. Let me kick him out. Remove guest. There we go. Bruce will come back on if we let him. Okay. We've got a few more minutes, everyone. We got a few people still on the line watching. So again, if you're watching, call in so we can talk to you about your favorite produce label, or if you have one too. That's the thing. I bet a lot of people have these, Ross.
Probably do. Well, let me show. I got 2 books.
All right. Let's see it. Oh, I see your Exeter back there, your Limoneras.
Yeah. So the first one is Fruit Crate Art by Joe Davidson.
Tell us about that one.
I mean, it gives some of the history and information about it. I mean, you got all the sun-kissed there.
That's really cool. And there's so many themes, right? There's birds.
Here you got California and Northwest pear labels.
And these are all pictures of all of them, right?
Yeah, pictures. So, I mean, you've got the duck wall, the snow owls, and then you go here, you've got grape labels. So another airplane. You got the Pursuit there. And it's all categories. And you've got vegetable labels.
Yeah, super cool. Oh, I got that bikini one.
Yep, we both have the bikini one.
Starlet one's pretty cool as well.
So that's that book. And then I also have the ultimate fruit label book.
Okay.
So this one's heavy, very heavy.
Are we talking Back to the Future heavy?
Here, it talks about where it was. Just shows a ton of different labels. Look at all the independent options there.
Oh, that's cool too. I think I have the Pursuit one.
It's all in like alphabetical order. Montana.
So Ross, where'd you get these books from?
I actually got them on Amazon.
So why don't you do this? Drop those links if you can when we get whenever you can. Okay. And let's put those links in so people can see and see if they have labels or if they want to look at finding labels, right? So we'll put that link in the comments. It doesn't look like we have any more comments, or I have tickets to the Tigers game. If you want to go, just let me know. So Bruce is inviting me to come take the picture, is what he's saying.
Nice. Perfect.
All right. Well, listen, I think that's going to call it for today, man.
This is version 1 of many to come on labels.
Oh, 100%. Everyone, we'll catch you next time. We'll see you in the fields and on the horizon.